Press Drive on I-FLIER 103.3 FM.
Yes, good morning to you all, our wonderful listeners. I welcome you to another brand new day that is full of new opportunities, new challenges, and a chance to make your mark. And as you start today, I want you to remember that you have the power to create the life you want. You have the power to choose your attitude, to choose your actions, and to choose your destiny. So don't let yesterday's mistakes hold you back. Don't let fear or doubt creep in. Instead, focus on the present moment and the incredible possibilities that lies ahead. You're capable of achieving greatness. You're strong, you're resilient, and you're talented. You have a unique gift to share with the world, and today is the perfect day to actually start that and to keep the fire burning. So as you go out today, make sure you're bold, make sure you are brave, and make sure you are fearless. And don't forget to also take risks, pursue your passions, and never give up on your dreams. You've got this. Have an amazing day and make it count. It's on that note that I say beautiful morning to our wonderful listeners, and I welcome you to another exciting edition of Press Drive on I-FLIER 103.3 FM, IBADAN. I am your host, MARVELLOUS, SOBALOJU, OYEDELE, and today we'll be diving into the latest headlines, breaking news, and thought-provoking stories that shapes our world. Okay, so each day, you know how we do it. We bring you the most important articles and discussions from leading newspapers, breaking down the issues that matter to you. So whether it's local news, politics, entertainment, or global affairs, Press Drive ensure that you are always in the know. So sit back, relax, and get ready for an insightful comment and analysis as we take a closer look at what's making waves in the media today. If you're passionate about staying informed and you want to engage with the stories that influence our lives, this show is definitely for you. So let's kick things off and let's make the journey through today's headlines right here on I-FLIER 103.3 FM. Today is the 25th day in the month of February 2025. It means we have 3 more days to the end of this month. Okay, so let's begin with the blueprint this morning. And the front page from the blueprint, we have these headlines. Information Minister Hidri's mother-in-law laid to rest in Abuja. That's on page 13 of the blueprint. An 82 billion naira fraud. Ex-Governor Bello's name not on property documents. That's coming from Witness, and that's on page 6. In business, again, MultiChoice raises DSTV, GoTV subscriptions. That's on page 20. And on 2025, Super Eagles will approach each game as it comes, coming from Osime, and that's on page 32 of the blueprint. NNPCL, RMAFC, Arewa Think Tank, others back tax reform bills. ACF won 7.5% VAT retained, agri equipment tax scrapped. Give me a workable law, Tinubu charges lawmakers. All of that from the blueprint this morning. Act decisively to end terrorism, CDS charges commanders. Reinstated Osun local government chairman issues 72-hour ultimatum to workers. No going back, NLC replies. Scrapping theft fund will be catastrophic. coming from Kogi Varsity VC, as it wants third font on that one. Okay, so 9 die in Ogun auto crash. That's also on page 14. NDLEA flags of campaign as drug abuse hit 3 million in Northwest. That's on page. In the congestion, 53,225 pre-trial detainees languish in jail despite push to pardon politicians. I'll take that headline again. 53,225 pre-trial detainees languish in jail despite push to pardon politicians. You can check page 6 of The Guardian. El-Rufai threatens to dump APC over lack of internal democracy, rules out PDP move. That's on page 6. Tinubu considers committee for fresh census. That's on page 29 of The Guardian. And also Tinubu tax National Assembly on workable tax law. That's also on page 3. Drug abuse, 1 million of Northwest, 3 million Zamfara, Kano, 11 others lack female lawmakers. That's on page 5 of The Guardian. And Ayedatiwa takes oath of office, pardons 43 inmates at inauguration. That's on page 7 of The Guardian newspaper. And moving now to the Nigerian Tribune. From the Nigerian Tribune front page, we have this headlines: Tax Reform Bill Future of Nigeria. Tax Reform Bill's Future of Nigeria. That's coming from Senate President, as writer says, not up to 30% of Nigerians pay tax. RMAFC urges Senate to adopt governor's position on new VAT formula. That's on page 21. Right, court orders INEC to stay action on Ayawu sack, coming from the PDP, as party Ude Okoye applied to join suit. That's on page 16. Adebanjo for burial May 3rd. That's on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune. APC has left me. All right, coming from El-Rufai, says Tinubu, not Senate, rejected his ministerial nomination. Fault implementation of president's economic policies. Hint at possibility of joining another political platform. Rules out PDP. All of that on page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune. Ayedatiwa sworn in as Ondo governor. Appoint Fashoranti's son as SSG. That's on page 15 of the Nigerian Tribune. Now to the Punch. From the Punch newspaper, we have the headlines on 2027. APC berates El-Rufai for attack on Tinubu and Ribadu. That's on page 2. Filling stations shut, loading halted as Lagos impounds tankers. That's on page 20. IBB's book, Don't Tarnish Bride. That's on page 28 of the Punch. And on tax reform, Senate asks federal government, state to firm up agreement. You can check that as well on page 28. Lagos Assembly Speaker Miranda may step down as Akonde panel shortlist 7. Panel recommends Obasa's resignation, marking Akonde Oshoba to brief Tinubu on reports. I take that headline again. Miranda may step down as Akonde panel shortlist 7. Panel recommends Obasa's resignation, Akonde Oshoba to brief Tinubu on reports. That's on page 2 of the Punch. Ayedatiwa begins new term. Fashoranti's son. Others get cabinet appointments. You can check that on page 4. And on Osun crisis, local government workers shun APC chairman's ultimatum to resume. That's on page 24. And $4.5 billion fraud. Emefiele alleges buyers demands judge's withdrawal. That's on page 28 as well. And on page National Assembly dropped me as minister. Tinubu, not National Assembly, dropped me as minister. That's coming from RFI this morning. And you can check that story on page 3. Tenants beat up landlords over house rent. You can check that on page 16 of the Daily Trust. And drug abuse, domestic violence on increase in Northwest, coming from Speaker, and that's on page 13. And the last headline, 9 killed, 3 injured in Lagos Ibadan road crash. You can check that on page 7 of the Daily Trust. These are the headlines making the rounds on our dailies this morning. Now it's time for us to go into details of some of them. Check us out on Facebook. Remember to help, like, love, share, and drop your comments as well. Once again, I welcome you to Press Drive on I-FLIER 103.3 FM. Now let's go into the analysis properly. And with me in the house is Barrister Folusho Lapo. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning this morning. And thank you for holding forth for me last Saturday. I missed you. I missed the program. I missed I-FLIERs. Many of them called me. Thank you very much for continuing to bless us and flourish us so it can be flourishing in Jesus' name. Good morning this morning.
All right, thank you very much. We actually miss you big on Saturday.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so let's start with the tax reform again. From our pages of the newspaper, give me law that is workable, Tinubu tells Nigerian Senate. 4 months after forwarding tax reform bills to both chambers of the National Assembly for consideration and passage, President Bola Tinubu has urged the Senate to provide him with workable laws from the proposals. Various stakeholders rallied behind the previous contentious bill. The Arewa think tank, led by convener Mohammed Alhaji Abubakar, dismissed claims that the northern region opposed the proposed laws. President Tinubu's request for workable law from the bill, the Nigerian Tax Bill 2024, Nigerian Tax Administration Bill 2024, Nigerian Revenue Service Establishment Bill 2024, and Joint Revenue Board Bill 2024, also disclosed by the chairman of the Senate Committee on Finance, Senator Sonny Musa, Niger West, during his remark at the hearing. I met President Bola Tinubu 2 days ago regarding the tax reform bills, and he told me, Mr. Chairman, Senate Committee on Finance, go and do the needful. Give me a law that is workable from the tax reform bills I forwarded to the Senate and the House of Representatives in October last year. That request from Mr. President comes at the most appropriate time for this public hearing on the tax reform bills, which are not designed. The proposed law were not intended to tie so the tax reform bill back, and somehow it seems we still haven't gotten it right in terms of everybody seems not to be on the same page. And now the president has tasked the Nigerian Senate to give him a law that is workable. Do you trust the Senate to actually give a law that is workable? Because it seems they really don't concentrate on the things that matters.
Assemblies, whether state or national, they have to have this public hearing, so to have a way of gauging the heartbeat of the people regarding such laws. Unfortunately, most time, even when those laws were public hearings are made, it would appear that the National Assembly had made up their mind to give us whatever law they think we needed. But no, nobody can tell me what I needed except they have to talk to me. For instance, I quote that I say that almost all the time when issues like this come up. I think during Governor Makinde's first time, the first budget he was about to prepare, he did this agreeing to the bills being approved, or made into law. So you see, that is the beauty of democracy. We know that at the end of the day, like I said, some numbers have changed, especially the VAT, which was one of the elements in it that are really causing a whole lot of brouhaha. Then and the derivation formula. So all those ones changed, and thank God since that has been done, we're going to have a bill or a law that is, like the president put it, workable.
So describe tax reforms as the future of Nigeria, which must be gotten right. But the NLC, TUC, and NECA, in swift reaction, said Nigerians evade taxes where the government remain unaccountable to the people. While President Tinubu, according to the chairman, Senate Committee on Finance, Senator Sonny Musa, at the public hearing, asked the Senate to give him workable law from the bill is sent to the upper chamber on October 3, 2024. Let's not go into details because we've actually talked about that. It's just the big mouth of of our Senate president, always just saying things. I mean, that's like a big one, saying that few Nigerians pay tax and they want more from the government. And somehow I just like the response given by this organization, saying that people will have to evade tax because our government are not accountable.
Yes, NECA is those proceeds to develop the community. But let's take Nigeria for instance on this platform. That one, if you want to build a house in Nigeria, let's assume that you want to build a house in Nigeria, irrespective of the fact that you have paid for you've registered your plan, your everything, you paid, and you wanted to start. One, you will start by making road maybe making road to your house. You had your own minister of works or minister of whatever that it is. You will have to provide for yourself water resources, then meaning that you are your own minister of water resources, which are the things, the tax that they are security man. So you are your own commander-in-chief of armed forces. you are going to get power. It's either solar or generator. So you are your own minister for power and whatever it is. So in Nigeria, there's nothing, in fact, I say it again, nothing the government do for Nigerians that you can just take for granted. When I was growing up in Lagos, you see, before you trek some meters, you will see public water running. You are coming back from school, you just put it, you drink whatever you want. Of course, it's good that people are, finding some things to do, but it shows the work. They will collect these taxes from them, and somebody somewhere will just take part of it. And for instance, is it not Nigeria Content Development Industry that they said they spent 7.7 billion naira for consultancy? Just consultancy, what type of consultancy is that? And that is part of the tax. People are not held accountable. People just take government money or believe that government money is their money, and they spend it anyhow. Like the authorities of government kept quiet in Mr. Who now, this former governor of Kogi State that were told,
Yaya Bello.
The Yaya Bello, the white lion, was in court, and everybody, all the police were there, the DSS were there, and they were harassing everybody that is coming into the court.
Yes, I was going to even talk about that.
Including lawyers too. No. You can see how we pamper, quote, thieves. I'm not saying it's a thief because it has not been
proven.
Yeah. But it is Nigeria that they will send somebody to jail for stealing Nigerians' money, and when he comes back, he's
been held
like person. So can you imagine?
Okay.
So it is. Of course, we know that our Senate president has problem with his mouth, but of course, the NECA
Yes,
people.
diarrhea of the mouth.
I don't want to say that. That's why.
Okay. But it's good that we have people that can also give him back.
Yes, Basbos. I like
Basbos
that.
meal.
So I like the NECA response.
Okay.
So government themselves are irresponsible. They are not accountable to the people.
They are the reason why many of us are not paying tax.
Yeah.
All right, let's move away from that and let's quickly talk about the Yaya Bello you actually mentioned. First, I want you to react to the many, in fact, lawyers were complaining, they were murmuring yesterday with the old security and all of that, and it was almost choking. Yes, then another thing is, where is this case going? Because the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on Monday, February 24, 2024, Kogi State Governor Yaya Bello before Justice Emeka Nwete of the Federal High Court in Abuja. All right, and Bello, of course, you know, is being charged and is facing a 19-count charge of criminal breach of trust and money laundering. How do you see this case going, as it were?
Well, let's discuss the molestation or unnecessary, invading the court by the security officers.
Especially the EFCC, it's becoming too much of them.
Yeah, DSS, police, civil defense, all of them were just there and all that. Well, I hope and I know that the court will address that. It's not something to be. The court is a public place, and everybody has the right to go there, whether you have court case there or not. You have a right to enter the court and do whatever business you came to do there.
It does not look like that anymore.
Yes, no, it is, and that's why I said the court will address that subsequently. So let's see. Now, regarding this matter, maybe I will talk like a lawyer. For
yes,
now, you
that's
cannot,
what I want
yes,
you to do.
for now, you cannot establish anything. For now.
But with these witnesses on ground,
of course, because it is the prosecution that have to prove its case, not Yaya Bello.
No.
So it is EFCC. I wanted to say civil defense. It is EFCC that has to prove that whatever witnesses they brought, it is how they are able to to convince the court that actually it was Yaya Bello, although it is not Yaya Bello's
name.
No, I want to use one thing.
Okay.
It was not Yaya Bello's voice.
Okay.
But it is Yaya Bello's hand. You remember that the hand of Esau and whatever. So yeah. So although it might not be those Yaya Bello that is doing it, directly, but it's using those people as a front. So you have to prove that, because there's nobody now, even in this country, that will, for instance, this man that they said took 7.7 billion naira for consultancy. When you see the letter, it was not him actually that I think it's one maybe in Yaya Bello's name.
But it's being owned by him.
Yes. So if they can prove that, then if not, then there's nothing anybody can do. Like, because the Constitution itself said that the prosecution must prove its case. So it's not
exactly my point, because the guarantee that they can actually prove.
No, you cannot say that, and that is why I said for now you cannot do anything, because sometimes a case will seem to be very bad, and you think, this person cannot win, only for at the end of the day, when they are giving a summary of what happens in court, they are addressed. Now you now begin to see the links, but for now it's just the skeleton. They are just bringing down the skeleton together and forming.
So it means that the EFCC has lots and lots of things to prove,
and that's why they are paid very well.
Okay, so they are being paid well. Okay, all right. I'm still on the judiciary, because this is on prison decongestion. 53,225 pretrial detainees languish in jail despite push to pardon politicians. All right, I am not going to take the story, but I'm going to take some facts here. 80,066 persons in detention nationwide. Only 34, or should we say 26,841 have been convicted and serving jail terms. 53,225, which is about 66%, are pretrial detainees, knowing fully well that 1,125 naira is the meal they are permitted to eat as an inmate daily.
Given,
yes.
Okay,
They are given. Yeah. Yes. So federal government spends 21.8 billion naira to feed pretrial inmates. But you get in 2025 alone. So 4,000 pretrial detainees have been pardoned to date. So it means about 1,800 persons awaiting trial. Enugu has 2,290 persons. Kuje has 768. Suleja has 190, and Lagos has the most, 6,628.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, very unfortunate, and one of the reasons the Criminal Administration of Criminal Justice Act, is that 2020 now, I've forgotten the year, was passed to enable the judges or magistrates to go to police stations and just summarily free some people. And that is why, for instance, community service, most of these offenders offended state laws, so meaning that there's nothing federal government can actually do. The federal government, those of the, you can remember, was that last year or 2 years ago, I think last year 2023, when the minister for internal what's his name, Tunji Ojo, what minister is he? Interior, Minister for Interior, yeah. Yes. When the Minister for Interior was, launched some things and was able to get money to free to pay for their distance, and 1 year in jail, and they are spending about 3, 4, 5 years. So I think this should be looked into, and especially the state attorney generals, attorneys general of states should see what they can do in making sure that this gargantua type of numbers of people are reduced at least to the barest minimum. And unfortunately, even the jail, the correctional centers are not that big to accommodate them. And again, talking of feeding, 1,500 naira per day. When 1,500 naira doesn't even buy biscuits, how much one loaf of bread now sells more than 1,500? Big one that they wanted to buy. So meaning that they have to eat one bread a day for the full day. So let's I think the attorneys generals of every state have to look into this and see how they can congest the prisons.
Okay, we'll take calls now. As much as I want us to talk on this Lagos Assembly Speaker, because there are speculations that Miranda may step down as a Conde panel shortlists 7. Okay, but let's take calls now. 0705 500 1033, 0905 444 1033, 0705 500 1033, or 0905 444 1033, and on Facebook as Hi-FLIER 103.3 FM live. At Hi-FLIER 103.3 FM live. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma.
Yes, sir. Good morning to you.
My lady evangelist.
Yes, sir.
Good morning this morning, sir.
Yeah, good.
My able lawyer.
Yes, good morning, Baba. How are you today,
my
sir?
able barrister.
Thank you, sir.
I want to talk about Yaya Bello. Look at how this matter is going now. And the person, we know that it is okay. It is true. Why, if he did not do bad thing, why did he run away? Why did he run away? And for questioning. Look at how this case is going now. And we tell on Lonisi. The case is
Thank you very much. All right. Okay. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
How are you, my dear sister?
I'm well, thank you.
Baba Oyedelenko.
One bell, I show.
My barista.
Good morning this morning, sir.
Ìyá Ọlápọ̀nko. I have evangelist Olatayo from Blue Karaba.
You're welcome.
You see, they will about that case of Yaya Bello with what they are doing. It's their own now. It's an APC man. They cannot do anything for him. You see, one more thing I say, nígbà tí agbémọ̀lú bá dájọ́ agbádìí ẹ̀ bó lè ṣe fẹ́ orí ọlọ́run tún nàìjíríà sí o.
All right, thank you very much, Evangelist Shola Taiwo. 0705 500 1033 0905 444 1033 on Facebook at Hi-Flyer 103.3 FM Live. At Hi-Flyer 103.3 FM Live. Hello. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Marvelous.
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. Good morning, Daddy Ayodele.
Yes, ma'am. My honorable
0905 444 1033 0705 500 1033. Okay, so let's take this call. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Marvelous.
Good morning, Miriam.
Thank you. Bosse.
Oh, Sister Bosse, so sorry.
Bosse,
good morning.
It's been a while.
Yeah, that's true.
Where
Where have you been?
Good morning,
You've
sir.
gone to see the
I'm
king
fine,
or
sir.
the queen? Which of them?
Huh?
Have you gone to see the king?
I wish to see the king again. Well done, sir.
Yeah, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you, sir. How is work and the family?
Very
Good,
well,
thank you.
Thank God. Well done. On this correctional center that you lately mentioned now, I just want to add to it that I agree with the fact that things have been going the other way it is going in Nigeria, and it is not supposed to be. We have judges, we have lawyers. It's not like we don't have people who can attend to these people that they just choose to imprison in the name of remand or in the name of just detention. You put people in detention, you put people in remand for as long as 3 years. And it's not fair. Most people that are there are people that, just like you earlier mentioned, are people that by the time you check their cases, they are not even worth being there for. So I urge our judges, our being there for. So I urge our judges, our lawyers to be please up and doing in terms of judicial aspects. Things that are meant to be addressed on time should please be done, because a lot of unfair things are really happening. Check this man of the case of Yaya Bello. It's not supposed to be prolonged as long as the way it is going, and I'm sure it is because people want to involve politics into it. At the end of the day, we will see that this man will go freely. Meant to be those that are meant to be blamed for doing corruption and the likes should be addressed so that things like that will be put to an end in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sister Bosse. It's good to hear from you again this morning. All right, 0705 500 1033 0905 444 1033. Halajala Iwala, I hope you're well. Okay, we'll miss you on the show. The speakership crisis rocking the Lagos State House of Assembly might be resolved soon as the intervention of heavyweights in the All Progressives Congress may be leading to a headway. The impeached Speaker Mudashiru Obasa and the current Speaker Mojisola Miranda might be stepping aside for another lawmaker to lead the House. The development follows the intervention of the APC bigwigs, notably former governors of Osun, Ogun, and Lagos State, namely Chief Bisi Akode, Segun Oshoba, and Akinwumi Ambode, respectively, among others. The high-powered APC delegation was directed by President Bola Tinubu to resolve the political tension at the Lagos Assembly following the inability of the Governance Advisory Council to find a solution. All right, I hope we all can still remember how the crisis started. But on Sunday, Oshoba, Ambode, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and all the GAG members met at the Governor's Lodge in Marina over the crisis to find a lasting solution. A GAC member, Chief Muraino Taiwo, told newsmen about the outcome of the meeting on Monday, noting that one of the 7 lawmakers from Lagos West were being considered by the party leaders as the new speaker. So last, Miranda may have to step down?
Yeah, because I think it's from the same constituency with Mr. Governor. So said from the onset, it's legal.
Okay.
But you know, the zoning formula may not favor her eventually. So and that is why she's been made to step aside. And the gladdening thing there is this, that even Obasatu himself is not coming back
He's
to
not
that
coming back.
position. So it's like it's fair enough, at least for them. So the assembly has given their words. They are not interested in Obasa anymore, and that was respected. But because of the fact that the person there now happens to be her, so I think they has to give.
And she could have just been the first female. Well, she's
388 Better Light don't come.
all right. We're still taking calls. 0905 444 Facebook at Hi-FLIER 103.3 FM live. Okay, Pastor Dr. Mukaila Famiwa says, good morning, my first daughter in I-FLIER. Thank you very much. Good morning, my dear SAN Wagede Dile presenter. Good morning, I-FLIER family members and I-FLIER fans club, home and abroad. On Osun State local government election, I pray there will be peace in Osun State. Not should. The Habib Kamadupe says, well done from Okoyemi area in Ibadan. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, ma'am.
This is Adenke from Muslim.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning,
It's been a
Adirunke.
while too.
I want to react to the APC chairman giving ultimatum to their workers that they gave them ultimatum to give out. Just take a look at it. Oyetola conducted the election 3 months to leave office, and it was even only the APC party that was on the ballot paper. I could recall that such instance happened in Oyo State when Governor Seyi Makinde emerged and sacked all the local government chairman before another election is conducted. So we all know that the power of incumbency will surely emerge as the winner, will take all the local government in a particular state. So APC should not, so they are not ready to take what they give us. So this is a pinpoint to the 2027 election. We Nigerians, we are the one that we are going to make a decision come 2027, come 2027 election, because it's like the APC, they are ready to take all over.
Oh,
Sorry about
hello. Oh, sorry about that. Thank you very much. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Barista.
Yeah, good morning this morning, sir.
I'm Sheriff.
Sharif, yeah.
About the legal crisis, about the newspaper or that has been preached, it's not about the interest of the masses. It's about the political issue and political interest. And not because of the masses, because of the next election. Don't forget, this is the last enough for Sanwo-Olu. And Obasa already suggested that he wants to be as a successor for him as well. Maybe those people that in the Governor Advisory Council in that Lagos, maybe they are divided as well. And Mr. President also showed the interest. So my own concern is that if they resolve it or not, it not bring any good thing for the masses on their table. That is their own paragraph. That is that. About the Osun, I want to appeal the opposition party interstate. The best thing for them is they should go to court. I think Oyo State Governor Makinde advised them on Sunday that they should approach the court just to get the final judgment. Maybe they will pay them off the way they paid some staff chairman here in Oyo. Because if you recollect what really happened in Edo State, when the new governor came on board, Governor Okpabero, all his name, he started the PDP governor in that state. That means our democracy is faulty. If our democracy is not faulty, the local government elections to be conducted by ANEC as well, just complete our own tenure. But as a human being with political power, it's very, very difficult for someone to be in an house and allow your opposition to be living in that house. That's the major problem we have. Because even if the APC in that condition, they will also sack the PDP as well. So that's my own summation this morning. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sheriff. Okay, and Tolulope Adeyemi says, good morning, marvelously marvelous. And Adad in the house. I think it's time we have a total independence of our judiciary. In fact, we need total reform in our judicial system so as to put an end to having conflicting judgments here and there. But on a low key, I like the way local government workers shunned the ultimatum of resumption given to them by those APC chairmen. We are enjoying the movie. Tolu.
That's true.
Okay, and Kolawole Adaramola. Good morning, marvelous. Baba Yedeleko. How you doing? All right, and Barris magistrate should also be sanitized. Okay, And he also continues to say again, Mr. President should give us a workable law on food prices and commodities because we must all start working fine in Nigeria. Skyrocketing. Pepper is going back to SIM card. You understand? So, God bless Nigeria. And then we have this one from Raji Afiza Bidemi. Good morning, Marvelous, and the analyst in the studio. On the issue of Osun State local government saga, I want both APC and PDP to allow sleeping dog to lay down. Local government staff in Osun State should stay away from office for now. God bless Nigeria. And Olawumi Okmarinde says, good morning, man. Well done. Thank you very much, Sister Okmawumi.